peeps, to another round of quarantine cooking in the Foggy Bottoms Farm Kitchen. Today, we're going to make one of my ultimate comfort foods and a go-to when I need to feed a bunch of people quickly using what we have in the kitchen, shepherd's pie. Pour yourself a quarantini and let's get baking. So rather than providing you with a recipe today, I decided that I was gonna give you kind of just a tutorial on how to use what you have in your pantry during the lockdown to make a dinner for your family that's still somewhat impressive. So here's a few of the staples we have. We'll go through them. So first, you're gonna need salt. I have 2 tablespoons for our mashed potatoes, and then another 2 tablespoons to use just to season our meat, as well as Smoky Jim seasoning, purchased from the Gait Mercantile, the ultimate destination when you're looking to restock your pantry. Check them out at goldengatemercantile.com. You also want garlic. I'm using 4 cloves because I like it. This was purchased from our neighbors at Pajama Bottoms Farms, as well as a couple sprigs of rosemary for the mashed potatoes. That's optional if you happen to have it on hand. I'm using a bell pepper because we always have bell peppers in our kitchen, and I like the additional color and flavor added to any dish. That is just diced. You're going to dice 1 onion. We're using a white onion because that's what we have. You'll need 1 pound of ground beef. This is Foggy Bottoms Boys ground beef. You can purchase this on our website or check out any other of your local meat producers. And you can also use a pound of lamb. I'm using half a cup of barbecue sauce for a more Western flavor in my shepherd's pie. You can substitute in various other fluids. You could use half a cup of beef broth and some Worcestershire sauce, a can of cream of mushroom soup or cream of chicken soup. You could use ketchup, or you can also use gravy. I'm using mayonnaise in our mashed potatoes in lieu of butter and milk, since we are doing a non-dairy dish for Shabbat. So if you're not cooking for someone who is lactose intolerant or kosher, feel free to substitute in butter. From the freezer, just 1 to 2 cups of mixed vegetables. Most of us have that on hand. You can also cut up vegetables and cook them, but that'll take more time. You'll need 1 egg, the yolk of 1 egg actually. So this is a farm fresh egg from our farm, as well as about 2 pounds of potatoes. We're using red russet potatoes, and I leave the skins on them. If you're using a potato with a thicker skin, you will need to peel them, but if you're doing a Yukon Gold or red russet, you can leave the skins on and get a more rustic look to your mashed potato. And if you are not cooking for someone kosher or dairy-free, check out Rumiano cheese, medium cheddar. Shred that and put that on top of your shepherd's pie for a little extra flavor, as well as a nice golden crust. To start with, we're gonna do our mashed potatoes. I've already quartered 2 pounds of our red russets and put them over here in our Instapot. You can do this on the stove. I'm not gonna give you directions on how to do that. I assume you all can make mashed potatoes. In an Instapot, the hack here is that you add 4 cups of water, as well as your 2 pounds of mashed potatoes. Add a little bit of your salt. Pressure cooker to pressure cook for 4 minutes and let it go. Now that our mashed potatoes are going, we're gonna preheat our oven to 350 and start a skillet. I'm using cast iron so I can cook the entire meal in 1 dish. You wanna just heat it over medium heat so we can begin sauteing our vegetables. We'll saute our onions, bell peppers, and garlic until the onions become almost translucent and the peppers are soft. We're gonna add 1 pound of our grass-fed 80/20 ground beef to the skillet. Now we'll season this with the Smoky Jims from the Gait Mercantile. As well as kosher salt to taste. We've cooked our meat to well. Unlike steak, which should be cooked to rare, ground beef, for food safety, should be well done. Now that it's finished, we're going to add our 1 to 2 cups of vegetables. And our half cup barbecue sauce or whatever fluid you're choosing to use. You're gonna mix this and let it reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes while you start making your mashed potatoes. We finished cooking our potatoes in the Instapot. We've strained them already. We're going to add our mayo for a dairy-free shepherd's pie. As well as some salt to taste. And I like to add 1 farm fresh egg yolk to add a little richness to the flavor of our mashed potatoes. We're gonna mix this and mash it with the back of a wooden spoon for a rough mash. We're going to add our mashed potatoes, starting on the outside and working in on top of our shepherd's pie. Sprinkle some chopped rosemary over the top. Place our cast iron on a foil covered cookie sheet so if it boils over, it doesn't make a mess of our oven. And you're gonna place this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes until it starts bubbling up along the sides and becomes a little golden brown over the top. Thank you for joining us for another round of quarantine cooking with the Foggy Bottoms Kitchen. Next week, we're going to tackle the sirloin tip roast. We hope you're able to join us. We hope that you're all healthy and well. May you find joy in the moment, light in the dark, and peace in your heart. Shabbat Shalom. Until next time, wash your filthy hands, you dirty animals. Shalom, shalom.